All right. Can everybody hear me? Josh, is that you there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? All right. I'm starting to get yeses now. Perfect. All right. Sorry for starting a few minutes late. Usually I hop on about 10 minutes early just because there's a lot of people on here already. We have a total number of possibly 1,000 attendees. So it is pretty packed. It is pretty packed. 200 was supposed to be the limit, but we decided to just have the limit off. And so there's roughly 1,000 people on here. So make sure you do not hop off. If you do, someone else will most definitely take your spot. Again, my apologies for starting a little bit late here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen in just a moment when I open up my PowerPoint slide, and we are going to get started. Josh and I were supposed to be right next to each other, but he's actually flown out. Josh, where did you go?
I'm actually in Singapore now. I just have to do some banking stuff.
Okay, awesome. All right, so let me just share my screen real quick. Let's see. Screen share. Application window. If you can see my screen. I think there's a bit of lag before people say, okay, there we go. Now I'm seeing yeses. Yeah, there's a bit of a lag always. Okay, perfect. Let's get things started. Animations, slideshow from current slide. All right, welcome to the 7-step process to building a one-man army, 6-figure monthly business. This is suitable for both beginners and for advanced marketers. Josh ended up having me here as a guest to discuss this stuff with you. You already know Josh very well. They know you very well, right, Josh? Josh, are you there? I think we've lost Josh. So let's just continue. So focus and pay very close attention as this information is just for you. Take notes and do not multitask. Turn off Facebook, your phone, and any other distractions, because by the time this tutorial is over, you'll have the exact 7-step process that led to a $32,428 day. Okay. I'm not really a fan of intros, so I'll keep it to a maximum, probably 30 seconds before we get things going. 23 years of age. I'm going to be shooting a charity documentary soon in the next coming months. I've helped multiple people actually make 5 figures per day. So that's $10,000 plus per day. I've been invited to be featured on various entrepreneur magazines. I've turned them all down because I don't really want to have my name out there too much. And one thing that I realized is that it's all about having the right process, and that business has next to nothing to do with your own intellect if you have the equation of making money. Just for proof, and not in any way to come across as boasting, here are some results to share with you for the sake of letting you know I am more than qualified to cover these topics, okay? So here are the results of a student who went through this very tutorial. As you can see here, on a Stripe payment, you see him making some $5,000 sales, some $1,000 sales, $6,000 sales, $1,500. This was all in the space of a couple of days. You see here bank transfers, $3,000 day here, $5,000 here, $1,500 here. If you see the dates, this all spans from just a couple of days. And here are some of my results. Okay, so this is I had to track back to find some smaller numbers. So I had to go back all the to 2015. So I don't really scare you with numbers here. But you see here, for example, around midnight to 4 p.m., you see a bunch of $3,000 sales, 3,000, 3,000, 1.5, 1,300s, all the way up here, 3,000. You know, it just keeps going. The payments just keep coming in. These aren't small $20 sales. Even if they were, it would be incredible. It's not small. It's not $100 sales. These are a few $1,000 sales coming in minutes within each other. 1:20 a.m., 1:34 a.m., 2:13 a.m. So it's definitely possible to have a business with high volume that you can sell high ticket. Okay, and I'm going to share with you exactly how to do that. You see a $32,000 day here, $14,000 day here, 11,500 here, almost roughly 10 here, etc. Okay, so enough about these numbers. I want to get straight on to the topic of this workshop. I just wanted to show you that, to share the results of some of my students, shared my personal results, so you can see that I know what I'm talking about, and I can instill what I know into anybody and have them making money. Okay, is what products to sell and where to find them. Number 2 is on how to build an online business.
I think your screen's not working.
Huh?
The screen? I don't think we can see it. Do you think we can? It just froze at the first slide. Do you think we can watch it again? If that's
slide. Okay,
Oh.
Hold on a second. Can you guys? You don't see it. This was not waiting by. All right, Dell seems to be going. What's going on? Hold on a sec. Let me just share
this.
Topic of this workshop. Josh, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
It says topic of this workshop now on a screen share.
Yeah, it says topic of this workshop now.
All right, my apologies, guys. Let me just quickly go back, and then we're going to get things started. You didn't really miss out on much, except for the fact that I was showing you these are the students' numbers here that you're seeing. The $6,000 sales, $1,000 sales, $5,000, $1,500. Stripe is a merchant account, so he did this within a few days. You see actually bank transfers, $3,000, $5,000. See $1,500 here. As you can see here, you see it over the course of a couple of days. Josh, make sure you're looking into the chat box just in case there's no one can hear me or see my screen, okay? Perfect. And then here are some of my results. I just want to make sure and reconfirm that you can see the entire screen. So is everything okay? Can you still see my screen? Awesome. Okay, perfect. So over here, what you see is, I'm just going to ignore these dates here. If you see here from the time, from midnight on to 4 p.m., I'm showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 sales. And they're all for a couple $1,000. You see $3,000 sales here. You see 1.5 here, 1,300 here, 3,000 here, a few 1,300s again, $3,000 here. And as you see, this shows you that when you're advertising online, you can find people that can afford to purchase something for a few $1,000s and in high volume too. So that was just the course of a couple hours. All right. So, I mean, they're coming within minutes, 12:04. This is midnight. I'm in bed. I'm sleeping at this time. I go to bed at 11 p.m. Midnight, $3,000. A few minutes later, another 3,000. Few minutes later, one and a half. Few minutes later, 1,297. 12 minutes later, another 3,000. 5 minutes later, another 1,300, and they just keep going. And I'm sleeping, and I wake up to these numbers. Okay, so it's very normal if you know what you're doing and if you know the steps. Over here again, you see $32,000 days, 11 and a half, 7, 10, so on and so forth. 14 over here. I had to track back to 2015 as I don't want to scare you with numbers. Now, the topic of this workshop, as I mentioned, number one, what products to sell and where to find them. Number two, how to build an online business from scratch, my personal 7-step process. The process is provided in a visual sense, and each part is going to be explained in full detail. And number three,
I think it's stuck in that screen.
Topic of this workshop. What screen
I
has
think
it?
it's stuck in a. It has two screens open.
It has two screens open. What do you mean by that? Well, so what do you see?
There's like the webinar screen and the slide screen. But do you think you can make the slide screen bigger?
How about that? What do you see now? Josh, what do you see now from your side? Guys, I'm sorry about this technical issue. Just give me a moment here. Still see a split screen. Froze again. Okay.
Yeah, this tech is like it's really hard to use.
Yeah. All right, Josh, what do you see now? Let me just check here. No change, still the same. All right.
Perfect.
Topic of this workshop. Let me know if you can see topic of this workshop. And Josh, are you there? Or is your internet slow? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm making sure that I'm reading everyone's comments and
all right, please do.
we can see the screens now.
Is everything good now?
Yeah, looks perfect. Looks perfect.
What do you see? You see the topic of this workshop, right?
Yeah, we can see the whole side. This is looking really good.
Perfect. And then number three, I want to discuss the art of automation, how to automate the process to allow the process all the heavy lifting for you. Again, I would like to apologize on this webinar jam, you could say. And if anything happens, Josh is going to let me know if the screen messes up, if you can't hear me. He's just going to quickly shout and say, "Hey, Rahman, no, they can't see your screen." Okay, so my apologies for that. So without further ado, let's move on to the first topic. Josh, you can see this slide, right?
Yep, I can see that slide.
Awesome. Okay, so number one, we're going to be discussing what product to sell. Now, obviously, you will not make money unless you have something to sell. And the mistake that most people make is that they enter the wrong business that costs lots of money to begin and the rewards are very small and take years to pay off. Just a perfect example would be real estate. It might cost you $100,000 to purchase an apartment or a house, and the rental price might be $2,000-3,000, and it takes a while to get your money back. I know, especially here. I mean, Josh, you're living in Bangkok at the moment. You're in Singapore, but in Bangkok, purchasing a house comparing to rent takes like 60-70 years to make your money back. So it's terrible. It costs a lot, and the rental value compared to the rental value is just not high enough. So the main question you have to ask yourself is there something I can sell that is easy to sell, has lots of potential business, and quick rewards and low cost entry to start? And the answer is yes. Now, the e-learning industry has been picking up considerably. E-learning basically just means electronic learning or digital learning, you can say, online learning. This has been picking up considerably, and it's actually a $107 billion a year industry. Companies and people invest in online learning at a rate of more than $293 million per day, more than $12.2 million per hour, and every single minute, over $200,000 is exchanged online to purchase a digital course, over $200,000 per minute. This means if you're selling an e-learning product that is in demand, and you have the potential to hit some hefty figures. Just like in any industry, demand on certain products are going to vary. And right now, the number one product to sell in the e-learning space is in a niche of how to make money on XYZ. Okay, so how to make money as a trader, how to make money on e-commerce, how to make money in network marketing, so on and so forth. This is a niche, a sub niche in this e-learning industry that is, for me, it's doing the best. It's the easiest to sell, and it's got low cost and very high rewards. And I believe that this is going to be booming and just increase in demand for a very long time. And that's because the nature of people will not change. Everybody wants to make money. The world's almost much of society is capitalism. Everyone wants to make money, help their family, help themselves, grow and expand, not worry about bills. So it's easy products to sell if you have the right ones, if you have the quality products to sell. Okay. Now I could spend a couple minutes fiddling around the screen and tell you how to find these kind of offers, or I could just tell you the absolute truth and say that connections are important when it comes to finding a highly converting offer that people really want to buy and people will really learn from and improve their lifestyle. So you have me, I have these offers, and you can get them from me after this workshop. Now, if you choose to apply the 7-step process you're about to receive, so you know what products to sell, and that isn't in this space, and you know the specific connection to make money image. After me. Okay, now it's time basically for the second part of this workshop, which is the 7-step process you will use. Okay, to sell in my terms, the living shit out of this. Okay, and here are the results again, just to show you what is possible and how easy it is to do it. Okay, now the 7-step process is going to be illustrated, and then each part will be explained in detail. Before I get to that, I wish to stress the point that this is the process that has allowed me to make the dollars that you've seen, allowed my students to make the money that you've seen, and the process that can make significantly more. You don't need to be a genius. I most certainly am not. If you see how I live my life, it's a mess. If you see how I do my business, I just follow this process. So I'm an idiot, I'm a rat, and I'm able to do those numbers. You don't need to be an expert or have any experience, because this process bypasses all of that. And if you want proof, I'm going to tell you an example right now. If I were to give you a calculation to do, I bet the first thing you will do is go into your smartphone and get the calculator ready. You'll type in digits and boom, here you go. Here's the answer. You can solve tricky calculations without being a mathematician and be absolutely lost, if you tried it yourself. Now, what I am providing here is the calculator of making money. And just like a calculator won't fail you, this process won't either. So let's get to it, okay? This is the 7-step process. Obviously, I put an ad here just because you need traffic. So as soon as you get traffic flowing through, these are the 7 steps, okay? Step 1, I call it hook 1, is the landing page. The landing page basically is in charge of bringing in a lead, an email, so that an email address, so that the email campaign can start. Then we have pre-framing 1, we have pre-framing 2, then we have the offer, and then we have hook 2, which is scarcity and emotion. Then we have the sell, and most people end here, but after the sell, we have hook 3, keeping them happy. You gotta make sure to keep the customers happy. So the ad targets the prospect, and the method used for this is paid advertising, okay? So in essence, you pick your target precisely, and I like to do Facebook ads. So Facebook will then show your ad only to the exact prospects you're looking for. You can choose the ad budget entirely. You can do $5 a day, $10 a day. This stuff still works. And the bigger you raise it, obviously the more traffic is delivered to the page. And the beauty in Facebook is that you can choose to only pay for the people who actually click to view your link. So the ad can be displayed only to interested prospects. Facebook will end up automatically finding exactly who's interested, so that Facebook are making more money here. It's in their best interest to provide you with solid clicks, with solid leads. Now that you have people looking into your ad and clicking the link, you move to what I call hook 1. And the aim of this hook is to entice the prospect to put their email address in, so that they receive automated emails that covers a topic they are interested in. This is in essence the bait. All right. And for example, the landing page would say, do you want to know how you can acquire prospects online for your real estate business? Free article reveals the hidden steps to achieving this within the next 24 hours. Okay. And this is a hook. Now the person is going to want to opt in, or opt-in is the term used for them to, put their email address in to actually receive this article, okay? And people end up signing up to get this article, and that's the bait, okay? Now, the rest of the system is automated, okay, as it takes over to make the sale for you. And this moves us on to pre-framing 1. Now, before I discuss this particular pre-frame, I will give you the definition of pre-framing. And the best way to define pre-framing is by telling you its aim. And then you'll get the point, okay? So the aim of pre-framing is to establish yourself as a figure of authority by providing deep intel into the topic of discussion. Now, by establishing yourself, and I want you to take notes here, the definition is basically, but to establish yourself as a figure of authority by providing a deep intel into the topic of discussion. By establishing yourself as a figure of authority, by establishing yourself as a figure of authority, the prospect will be wanting to keep close contact with you. Now, no one actually cares one bit about you, I didn't talk about me for half an hour. I didn't talk about myself and my results, how much money I make, how I live my lifestyle. None of that. You don't care. You don't give a shit. What you care about is, Roman, can you help me? And can you do me a favor and skip the intro and get straight to it? And I bet you've been on, I mean, there's webinars out there. There's people talking out there, gurus, I like to call them, who go out and they talk about themselves for hours when no one really cares. What people care about is themselves. So you need to realize that as soon as you have this lead, it's all about them. No one cares about you, okay? So be humble is what I tell people, which, you know, loosely translates to get your head out your ass and realize everything is for them. Everything is for your potential customer. So in this case, pre-frame 1 would be that first article that I mentioned, where you cover how the prospect can acquire, you know, how the person can acquire prospects for his real estate business, for example. Now is when you want to show off some more. And your frame of mind should be, this guy only thinks I'm good. You know, he's seen the first article. He only thinks I'm good. It's time to show him I can be the best thing that ever happened to him. This is where pre-framing 2 comes in. So on pre-frame 2, you can do an article/video that continues on, and it's in tune with what you offered on the first part. So on the first part, you offered an article that explains how to acquire prospects. And on the second part, you can offer a video that covers how to close these prospects and turn them to customers. Now you have given this all away for free. The prospect is going to be thinking, wow, if this is free, I can only imagine how much value is in whatever he is selling. Let's think about it here. The first thing they saw was an article. The article said, explained how to get prospects in the real estate business. Part 2, it's got to be a flow. The most important thing about these 7 steps is it's got to flow into one another. So on the second step, I didn't discuss something random. I discussed, now that you have these leads for your real estate business, right? And now you know how to acquire them online. Here's how to sell to them. So it flows very well. Okay, so make sure that whatever you're doing, there is a flow. I hope you understand that. The prospect already is thinking, you know, this guy has provided this for free. This is amazing. So there's already a preconceived notion as to the amount of value you can actually provide if you were to sell something to them. Because if this is free and I've learned this much, then the offer must be sweet. And this is when you present the offer. This person is now 110% ready to purchase anything you put on the table, and that you will do. Now, before I get into that, just remember, from the moment they see the ad and have then put the email address in, the link that you provided them, all form of communication is done through email, through an automated system, and then the website links of the articles and videos are basically on this email. So they get an email and it says, you know, here's your free article as promised, that cover how to get leads for your real estate business, how to bring potential customers into your real estate business. Boom. And then they click the link and it's an article. So all it is website links, articles and videos, and these links are basically on the email. Okay, so now that the prospect knows how to acquire prospects as well as how to close these prospects and turn them into customers, you can write on the second email that the third and final part of value being provided, which is actually where you show the offer and make the sell, is where you will show them exactly where you get the prospects from, as well as a more detailed script to closing a sell. And then you can mention an undisclosed bonus, which will help them grow their business with their current prospects. Just going to take a sip of water. Now, this could be something like, showing how to overcome objections, etc. Could be anything. You then make your offer and provide a full solution for a price. Now that you've made this offer, what is important is to get the prospect to buy and to get them to buy immediately. So hook 2 is scarcity and emotion. This person now is more ready to buy than it can ever get. And here is where you're gonna kind of tease them emotionally, okay? So remember this golden rule. And I want you to write this down. And I hope you're taking notes. Sales is a transference of emotions. Generally speaking, when someone buys on impulse, is based off emotion. And when someone doesn't buy, so when they say no, it's based on logic. Okay, so for example, if you go into, has this ever happened to you, by the way? Just say yes on the comment box, etc. Have you ever gone into a store and someone pushed a product at you and you just bought it, and by the time you left the store you said, why the hell did I just buy this? I went into a shopping center to purchase some clothes and a watch. I walk out and I have 10 soaps because it was buy 5 get 5 free, and I was like, whoa, 5 for free. As soon as I bought it, I said to myself, now why the hell did I buy 10 freaking soaps for? Okay, and this was because I bought based on impulse, based on emotions. And most people have a negative connotation to life. As bad as it sounds, 98% of people are negatively inclined. They see the worst in things, they see the bad in things, okay? So when they're making a purchase to change their life, when they're making a purchase to get fit, when they're making a purchase for a gym membership, etc., they might buy on impulse, or if they think about it, they say, well, I'm good. I don't want to waste this money. I want to use it elsewhere. I got this to pay for and that. It might not work out, etc. This is having someone think logically. What you got to do is you got to keep them on emotions. You got to keep them on impulse, and bam, you make the sale right there and then. This is what scarcity and emotion does, okay? You make the prospect imagine their dreams coming true. Take them into the future where they have already purchased the item, already succeeding, and then take them back to the present, to the moment they've got to make a decision. And this is where you pull their leg by applying some laws in order to get them to purchase immediately. And now you've made the sale. Hook 3 is about keeping them happy. Here is what is important after the sale. I tell this to people time and time again. And the only difference between my business and someone else's business at times is that they don't have hook 3 and I have way more than outgrew them, okay? Now, a thriving business owner will ensure that the customer is well looked after. The real work begins here. I swear to you, from the ad, right? From the ad itself, from the 7 steps, the 6 steps leading to the sale, including the sale. This is easy work. I can show you, and it doesn't take long, how to put $1 in paid ads, how to make $6 out of it. No problem. I can show you how to do that. No problem. How to scale up? No problem. Here you go. Here's how to scale up. Here's how to pump in $1,000 a day, and you're making $6,000 a day profits. $6,000 a day revenue, $5,000 profit per day. No problem. Easy peasy. I've shown many people how to do this. I can do this myself at any time. In fact, the next 30 days, I plan to spend between $25,000 and $100,000. Done. I can show you how to do these things. But what is most important is keeping the customer happy, over delivering, making sure they're good, making sure everything is fine, because they are the lifeline to your business. Okay, make sure there's customer support. Just give extra, over deliver to the customer, communicate to them. They're your lifeline. Okay, because of them, you're living the way you are. You're eating, you have food on the table, you're taking care of family. So make sure you take care of them. Yes, you said you're going to give them XYZ, but give them ABC too. Here you go. Much love. Thank you for being our customer. It takes a couple minutes to say thank you. It takes a couple minutes to say, I want to provide this for the person, and I want to do this for the leads. I'm going to send an email out and just push more value to them because they're a buyer. So what you need to provide so much value that the money they paid you is dwarfed by the service you provide. If you get this right, and just like me, what's going to happen is people will find you to send you money. I'm still turning people down. I have people flying out to Asia, from the States, from the US, from Europe, from UK. I have people fly out, roughly 3 every 2 months, ready, cash in hand. Rahman, here's 10,000, here's 15, here's 25, here's 30. Let's just talk. Let's have dinner. I'll pay for dinner. I want to have a discussion with you. That's it. I want to have some of your time out of your day so you can cover some things with me. This is what happens when you apply hook 3, when you keep them happy. Okay. And, get your product and service. Now, I always say, be the Rolls Royce of your industry, right? Be the best. Give for example, a Rolex watch of value for the price of some cheap Casio, right? This motto is what has allowed me to get the highest success rate among students. In fact, I've set something up here where I have a 100% success rate among students. And this is because I'm changing the status quo of the make money online niche, right? And now I have a 100% success rate. And Jay, who's the person's results that I've shown, is just one example. It's crucial you're taking care of customers. It's crucial you make sure everybody is totally fine and taken care of and well looked after. And I'm always doing that. I'm always making sure that I'm taking care of my people. If someone does business with me, they have to get filthy rich. I don't care if the term is derogatory, if the term is too selfish sounding, or if it's too materialistic. This is what I want. You work with me, you're rich. You don't know what to do with your money. You're a student, you follow the instructions, you don't know what to do with your money. And this is the point. And the idea in my head, this is my vision in my head, is that there's a certain level of pride you must have. All right. So promised you a few things. I'm not sure if Josh mentioned it. I said you'll be able to set up a business from scratch yourself. I said you'll be able to find the perfect offers to sell for maximum profits and have the ability to make money within 24 days. Now, this student here has made this money within 24 days. His first 24 days with me, he made almost $22,000. The first 20 days or so, well, the first 17 days or so was preparation and learning, and then a few days, I think it was like 5 to 7 days, I'm not so sure. Or was it 8 days, something like that, a few days. I have so many students. He ended up making almost $22,000. Okay, and he's just an example. And I said you have this ability, just like him, to make this level of money within 24 days. Now, before I tell you how, I want to share with you a short story. It's very relevant about the term leverage. And it fits in well with how I got the idea that changed the status quo of the entire industry. I'm the only one doing this. And it means that you will have a 100% success rate. Now, if you want to know the common success rate, if you purchase a course, a mastermind, you're in a network marketing company, you're doing e-com, you're doing anything in life in general, you're set up for failure. You have a 98% chance of failing. I have a higher chance of success than failing, a 100% chance of success. And this story is gonna prove to you, and it's a very short story, shorter than my intro, let's put it that way. It's going to prove that you can profit big from my marketing expertise and experience, and quickly too, all right? Who doesn't want to make money fast? I know for sure I do. Leverage. Leverage is applying minimal effort for maximum results. Now, there are 3 points where you can apply leverage. Number one is in a person's time. Number two is in a person's expertise. Number three is in a person's money. This was back in 2014. I'm 23, right? 2014, 3 years. It's just 3 years ago. I was 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, a couple years ago. I was young, 19 at the time. At 19, I've never made an income online, I believe, right? I was like 18, 19. Here we go. I've made 200 bucks. First ever money that I made. Extremely happy. The very next day, or a few days later, in one day, $5,000. Boom, just like that. And the way I did it was I leveraged. I had a mastermind that I actually wanted to get into. I couldn't afford it one bit, but the guy sold me. He ended up becoming my mentor, and everything went up from there. Everything went up from there. And so I couldn't afford it. And what I did was I spoke to 3 people. I said, hey, you pay this mastermind. It costs quite a bit. I can't afford it. Let's split the costs. Go talk to this guy. Oh, Roman, how much does it cost? Go talk to him. What is it about? Go talk to him. That guy could sell, and he could sell very well. And I can't. So I led them to this guy. They all came back. Roman, how do we split it? All right, I'll pay 3, you pay 2. I'll pay 4, you pay 1, etc. So on and so forth. They paid their money on my PayPal. Boom, I had the money for the mastermind. And then I taught them everything that I know. And this is how I set up my first course. It was on CPA marketing a couple years back. I was selling lots of different offers, etc. Now, what I did was I leveraged someone else's expertise, and instantly I was getting his results. Instantly. This is why I said quickly. This is why I said you can get my results and quickly too. And I would never tell you something that I have not experienced for myself that is not true. I would never tell you anything that I haven't tested myself that is not true. I will never tell you anything that I haven't done before. Every word that comes out of my mouth has an obscene amount of value to it because I've used it, I've done it, it works, and there's no question about it. No question about it. I say it's done, it's true, finished. Capiche? Done. If I tell you something, it's true. So how can you be guaranteed to make money using my marketing expertise? Now, after Jay got some, incredible results, by the way, 24 days, he made almost $22,000. Much of that money was made within a few days. I think it was a week span, something like that. And he did this, he got these results as he had full access to this tutorial, okay? I realized he did well based on quality of instructions provided. I have a knack for providing quality instructions step by step that basically says, do this, do that, do this, do that. This is why it works. This is why it works. This is why it works. I don't like theory. Theory can can be thrown out the window for all I care. What is most important is what do you have to do and results. What results will it get you? Bam. And I laid that out. I laid it out for him. And based on the quality of instructions provided, he did well. But it was also based on pure hustle and sheer determination. I've never seen a harder working guy. And what I realized then was, even if you know everything I do, character and hustle rate, I can't transfer that to you. It cannot be transferred. It cannot be taught. It's something that you just must do. Okay. I know plenty of people that know more than me. I want to say not in this niche. I know people though that do know more than me that are making significantly less. I know people that know less than me are idiots. I thought I was an idiot until I see this person, and he's making 10, 20 times more than me at this point. So it's not just about what you know. It's about your character. It's about your hustle rate. All right. I don't like to work so hard. An hour a day, 2 hours a day at most. Sometimes I don't work for a week. I don't work for 2 weeks. This is why people that know less than me are making more money than me at times. Right? So it's not about the hustle rate so much, but like I said, character and hustle rate, it can't be transferred or taught. So to maintain this 100% success rate, I decided on adding something interesting to what you receive. All right. So this will be an earn while you learn program so that we become the face of success in this industry. I'm not planning to be another course, another mastermind, another training program, none of that. I couldn't care less about providing training. I actually have my own vested interest in this, which you will know later on. But I want to be the face of success. Anyone says this niche, boom, the first thing they're talking about is intensive mastermind. All right. And this is the only reason I have a no income disclaimer on here. I always have a no income disclaimer. Now on this, I do not have a no income disclaimer. I sell many different products in this niche, and all of them have an income disclaimer except for this one. Let's first discuss the learning portion of this program. Then I'm going to get to how I will make you money without you lifting a finger. And if you think what was shared with you on this free training is powerful, wait until you hear this. This was just a glimpse of what I'll offer you. It was the beginner level stuff. Now, there are 4 things I will provide for those who get inside this private exclusive mastermind. Number 1, mindset training. This isn't any of that fluff, that Tony Robbins, Les Brown bullshit where they say, if you believe it, you can achieve it. None of that. I'm going to kick your ass here. It's going to gear you up to get rid of all your concepts of money. You have less than $100,000. You have the wrong concept of money. You have less than $500,000. You have the wrong concept of money. And I'm going to gear you up for success. And I'm going to get you prepared for the fat bank account that you're expecting to get. You got to expect it. You got to see it. It's got to be there already. I'm going to gear you up for this. And it's mainly business mindset training to get you ready to be fully online, fully in business, and running your own show. And after you go through this, you will have basically the same routine, the same mindset as mine, and you will succeed without even trying. You will find it difficult to fail. Number 2, a done for you process. I know you heard the term done for you a lot. Even more powerful than I've described on this webinar. Okay, it's going to include everything from the dynamic and automatic email sequence to the product service, and you will earn 35% commissions from big sales that go from $2,000 to $7,000 plus, and you're going to receive 35% commission on that. Now then, I will actually be doing the selling for you. All right, I will utilize my team, and as a bonus, be placing funds in for you for paid advertising. Just so you know who's in my team, Rahman. There's a person I've paid $25,000 to, my ads guy. Plus, he's going to cost me $5,000 per month per project and 10% of the sales. So just that alone, this person is making, it costing me six figures a year. Costing me six figures a year just for him. I have 5 sales team. I'm setting up an accountant, an in-house accountant. I have my own accountant already. I'm setting up an accountant just for this. A couple personal. I have an assistant. I'm setting up more assistants. So there's a whole team around this, and you're going to utilize the whole team. And I'll be placing in funds for you for the paid advertising. Number 3, you will learn exactly how to set up the 7-step process to sell anything you wish. If that alone is broken down into 5 modules as we dive deeply into each area of the process. I also got the best offers for you, so you don't have to look around. Number 4, I provide multiple case studies. Now, each one of these have made at least $100,000 within 15 to 30 days. Number 5, the art of paid advertising to get endless amounts of leads on autopilot, as well as free advertising. All right. So here's the deal. Not everyone is going to qualify for this. So I will tell you quickly who doesn't qualify for this shortcut to financial freedom. If you only have a couple $100 to your name, you disqualify. I'm not a charity. This isn't a charity. This is business. You have a couple $100. Go ahead, get someone a gift. This isn't a charity. If you wish to sit and do nothing, this is not for you, as I want you to not rely solely on earning money with the earning portion of the program. If I see that, I'll refund you. You're out. We're done. I want you to be independent of that. If you have a decent budget, you qualify. If you have bigger goals, such as $10,000 plus a month in income, you qualify. For the first 3 buyers, there is a special surprise waiting for you, and I'm not going to be discussing that here. Now, although there's no limit to how many people we take on, there is a time deadline. I did have it for 7 days. I've changed my mind. The time deadline is for 5 days from now. And that's because I want to start running some campaigns for you and for myself. And I want to get on with some work. All right. I have a business to run. So I want to get on with some work in the next 5 days to get money in my pocket, in your pocket right away. So you must go through an application form. This isn't something you just get into just because you're in budget. You must go through an application form. When you do, and if you qualify, you'll receive more details on the program within 24 hours through email. You're going to receive all the details, what each is about, everything. And then that email will contain a schedule link where you'll set up your appointment with me to qualify you further and welcome you on board. There's 1,000 people on here. There is not enough hours in the day for me to qualify all the applicants on a call. So I'm going to receive the help of a few people, a few partners of mine that are doing really well as well. And they're going to qualify you. They have been instructed if the answers you give are real and you're serious to accept you. Okay, so I hope you get them because I am a little bit tougher. I like to find the cream of the crop. These guys will accept you if you're just real. All right. Now, I do apologize in advance for anyone who misses this. Last time I set this up was, I believe, a couple of weeks ago with Josh. About 30%, maybe 40% of calls were missed only because there were just too much demand. So if for some reason your call is missed, and it shouldn't be the case this time because I have the help of a few people, but if it's missed, just reschedule and we'll have you on board. Now, here's the application form link. I'm going to just have it up for you on the comment box so that you can start applying. And it's question time. So go ahead, ask your questions. Now, what I want to tell you real quick is apply right now. I want you to apply right now while we're having this question and answer session. And I'm going to talk to 3 people. You don't even have to schedule an appointment. I will talk to 3 people right after this webinar before I head to bed and take a nap. Okay, I will talk to 3 people. I'll qualify you, put you in, and bam, I'll get you on board right away if you're so excited. Okay, so question time. Let me just send you this survey link here and share. All right. Whoa, where do we start? Adams asked, do you find them or make them yourself? Adam, I'm assuming you're talking about the products to sell, right? Because if you are, the products I sell, basically what I do is I found experts in different areas. I found experts in trading, experts in etc. And what I've done was I've asked them to set up a course, and I've paid them money so that they can set up a course for me. And they're very hard to convince. So you know that someone has something to offer if they don't really even have a course around it. If someone has a course, brands themselves as a guru, they're making money trying to teach people how to make money. I don't have to do that. And these people don't either. So it took me a lot of convincing, a lot of time to pretty much purchase, to pretty much get them to set up a course. Here is the link. I hope you see it. So Ken, there is the link. All right, Rich asked, how much money can you start with paid advertising? Great question. I remember I started with $5 per day, so it wasn't really much. I got a few leads here and there, and then what happened was I converted these leads, and I used the profits I was making to scale up. So I actually started from $5 a day. I used the profits I was making to scale up. Then it became $100 a day, and then it became what, $600-700 per day, and it just went up from there. At this point, I ended up having a ton of affiliates, super affiliates, and super affiliates are basically people who send you traffic and they send traffic to offers that convert really high. And so I have my own products and I have my own funnels. I use the services, and it works really well. That people are coming to throw traffic at me. Hey Roman, I want to give you 1,000 leads a day. Hey Roman, I want to give you this and that and the other. And so I've been using this traffic. Paid advertising, I'm going to go back into this month. I do plan to spend between $25,000 and $100,000 on it. So we'll see how that goes. But results are going to be awesome as always, because I know my numbers. You all know your numbers too. Okay. So who's applying right now? Who's excited? Who's applying? Who's ready to be on this call right after this webinar? We'll skip the you qualified email and everything. Jason asked, what's the process after applying? Okay, so basically, you click the link, you apply. Once you apply, the first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to receive your application answers. I will personally be reading, and it's going to be a lot of reading going on. I'm going to be reading every single application. When I read the application, I will then either qualify or disqualify you. Okay? So if you're qualified, you go on one side. If you disqualify, you go on the other side. My assistant will then send you an email if you qualify or if you disqualify. If you qualify, the email that's going to be sent to you is basically going to contain a link to schedule an appointment. So you just click on it, you pick your time of choosing, and if it's available, you can take it. And that's when I will be on. And then I hop on a call with you. I ask you a few questions just to see if you're fit for the program. If you are, you're in. You make the payment. How much does it cost? That's discussed if you qualify. On the email, you'll have that. Right. Do you see the link, by the way? All right. Just what I want you to do, click on the link and make sure you save it so that you can do it right after. There's a few people on here that want to do it right after the Q&A, which is absolutely fine. Who's already applied, by the way? Who has already applied? All right, Jay's already applied. Bella, Kappa, Richard, Samuel, Gerard. Awesome, awesome. Okay. It's incredible. You know, that we had 1,000 people on, and it now stands at roughly 800. Almost everyone has been staying on. Well, 890 something. So let's just say like 900. 90% of people stayed on. How did you find the webinar? Like it? Did you enjoy it? Did you love it? Was it awesome? If you can rate it, please do rate it out of 10. Give me a rating out of 10 for the webinar. I know there were some glitches and such. Noor said, hi, sorry, I missed the earlier part. Briefly again, Rahman, what is the program about? Pretty much, Noor, the program has a couple where I teach you the 7 steps. I also have an earning portion to the program, and on the earning portion to the program, actually money for you. This is how I'm changing the status quo of the industry to have a 100% success rate. By the way, there will be a replay now, so you can watch that replay. Also, just apply anyhow, right? Just and once you do apply with this link here I provide, if you qualify, you'll receive the full details of the email. Okay, so there's a 9 out of 10. There's a lot of 9 out of 10s here. I see a couple 11 out of 10 as well. 10 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s. Okay, awesome, perfect. Kevin said 2 after after saying 9. Yeah, Kevin. Ken said 9. Completed the application. Okay. Rodney says can't see the link. Let me just reply to Rodney. Hold on. What I want to do is let me go to Rodney. There we go, Rodney. I send it over to you. All right, perfect. There we go. What's this right here? Okay, I can do a sticky message. There we go. Display a sticky message. Awesome. All right. Is there any other question? All right, let me pick a good question here, and any fresh questions, I will let you know. I will try to answer. There are so many questions here. Okay, okay. Adam was referring to when he said do you find them or you make them yourselves? He was referring to the articles. I made them myself. So there is a certain level of research you have to put in to creating these articles and videos and such. And then you got to create it yourself, okay? But how to do that is all shown already. Cass asked, how long does it take from the spend on paid ads to the moment you make profit? Incredible question. I mean, the process from once you place money in to once you make profits is actually 10-day period. It takes 10 days. This is why my student, one of the students, Jay, the example, 24 days he spent on 24 $22,000, and it was in the last 10 days where he really made his money. He set up the campaign, etc., and then within 5-7 days he had all these payments coming in. Okay, so it's actually a 10-day period. I would say 14 if you actually set it a few days to set things up. So 10 to 14 days, and you should be making profit on the ads that you on the money you place into advertising. How much money you ask? It really depends on there's no really specific answer to it. It really depends on how much you acquire your leads. Okay, so currently speaking, my last campaign hit roughly $18 per lead I was making in revenue. Each lead was worth $18 to me. Now, sometimes on Facebook ads, maybe I'm spending $5 per lead, and you never want to say, "Oh, and this cost you $5. Oh my God, so much." Well, I've made $18 from it, so that's over 300% ROI. Sometimes a lead could go down to $2 per lead. If I was making $2 per lead, I just made 900% ROI. So what's most important is the ROI, right? I would rather spend $10 per lead knowing I'm going to make $100 per lead than spending 50 cents per lead only making 70 cents per lead, right? You got to look at the ROI here, not how much the lead costs, but you got to look at how much the lead makes you as opposed to how much it costs. What profits are you taking home? Profits is what you spend, right? Not if a lead costs you less, if a lead costs you $1 less, you're not taking that dollar extra home. That's not what's happening here. You gotta make sure you focus on how much you're making per lead. On my last campaign, did over $18 per lead. Rodney, can you see the link now? Awesome. All right. You're welcome. Rodney, you are most welcome. How much does the mastermind cost? Can I buy now? These are a lot of the questions I'm getting. You may not buy now. You really have to apply. I do apologize. I want to make sure I get the best people on board, and I will explain why I've set up this course. Really, really important as to why I've set it up. So you may not purchase. How much it costs, if you qualify, you will know on the email. Now, why did I set up this course? Okay, so here is my business laid out in front of you, and I'm going to share with you what my intentions are. There's 3 ways for me to make money with these offers. Number 1, I do paid advertising, right? I run paid advertising on Facebook. I collect my leads, 7-step process. I'm making my sales. Number 2, I have super affiliates, people who can offer me lots of traffic in exchange for running my offer and them receiving commission. And I have these people lined up. Number 3, build my own affiliate base. People who sell my products, people I teach and guide, people I say, hey, don't look around. Here's the 7-step process for you. Just duplicate it, copy and paste that over. It belongs to you. Here's the product. Go. This is how to set things up. Go, go, go. Go make me money. This is you. You making profits, as bad as it sounds, you making profit is nothing but a side benefit. The main benefit to me is in me making profit. Now, by having this vested interest, it means my best interest. I see a lot of laughing here. It means my best interest is in you making money. Your best interest and my best interest are tied. If you're not making money, well, then I'm making less money. I don't like that. At the end of the day, I am the one handing you commission. Right? You're making money. I'm saying, well done, Rodney. Well done, Ken. Well done, Kevin. Well done, Noor. Well done, Adam, Eric, Nesta. Well done, Carol. Well done, Vic. Here's your commission. This is why I have a live weekly session with you where you ask me, and this is in the mastermind, you ask me, Rahman, this is what I want answered, and I answer it. I swear to you, if it lasts 20 minutes in those live weekly sessions for Q&A, or if it lasts 7 freaking hours, I am on until everybody's questions are answered. Because you, and the result of how much money you're making, increases my potential, how much money I am making. All right, this is why I set up this course. Did I have to do it? Hell no. Hell no. I haven't had student for years. I've been doing this on my own, right? I'm too busy making money, but this is a means for me to level up. So this is the reason I've set up this mastermind, and I hope that you do really well. And so far, people are doing amazing. Now then, are there any fresh questions, by the way? Just going to wait here for a moment. All right. There's a lot of questions concerning the application itself. Okay, so basically, how to qualify is very simple. Just fill out the questionnaire. Make sure you fill everything out. Okay, don't miss out a lot. Don't give very short answers. Give detailed answers. Fill it out properly. Once you do, you most likely will actually qualify. All right. Now, I'm not an ass. I'm not going to say no to the majority of people. Honestly, my interest is in getting as many people in as possible. And the reason is because you making me money, the more people that are on board, the more people have the ability to make me money, right? And for yourself. And the more I'm going to make. So I want to, because it's my product, able to sell right away like this. I'm giving you the entire campaign, the entire funnel. So it's in my best interest to have as many people pushing my offers as possible. So yeah, just apply. Wait for the answer. I will answer within 24 hours. You will receive an email whether you qualify or not, and you get to schedule your appointment. With that being said, is there any other question? I will end the call in 30 seconds if there is no other question. By the way, Ken, I will, let me see here. Let me reply to you. I'm going to send my man Ken here a message. There are 3 people that have the ability to hop on a call with me right now. Ken is one of them. So Ken, I'm going to send you my Skype. If you do want to hop on a call right now, first thing you have to do is apply. Second thing you have to do is add me on Skype and let me know that you want to just skip the email and hop on a call right now. That's what you got to do. And tell me that on Skype. And that is my Skype account. Okay, so there's, I believe, Kevin says, I am working with power sellers. Any thoughts? What is power sellers? I don't get it. I don't get your question. What is that? Network marketing, MLM kind of stuff? The thing is about selling, the thing is, if you have the ability to sell, to understand how to sell, you can work anywhere and make really good money. Doesn't matter what you sell. However, what is important is that if you're looking at things from an online perspective, your mindset should be, listen, there's if I told you on my left hand is an audience of 1 million people, on my right hand is an audience of 1 million people. And if I told you the audience on my right hand can afford to buy something for $5,000, and the audience on my left hand can only afford to buy something for $200, and your maximum capacity, the maximum number of people you can sell to is 10,000. Which hand are you going to pick your leads from? Which hand are you going to pick your customers from? Of course, it's the right hand. If you make 10,000 sales of $5,000, that equals, and let me just pull out a calculator, 10,000 times, that equals that equals $50 million you could have made with the same amount of effort on the left hand, where you made 10,000 sales of $200 and you've made $2 million. So $2 million as opposed to $50 million. Pick whatever you sell wisely, because and I hope, did that make sense, by the way? You're tapping. I mean, how many people are on Facebook? Let me just Google this right now. Facebook, Facebook consumers. That's a few. Was it? I think it was like 3.7 billion. I'm not sure. How many people are on Facebook? Something like that. How many people use Facebook? All right, here we go. Every single day, 1.28 billion people are logging into Facebook. There is definitely at least 1 million people that can afford something for $5,000, and you can reach that audience. So why not reach that audience over someone who can only afford $20, $50. You know what I mean? You rather tap people who have this wealth, this money, and you can on Facebook ads. You can actually do an ad based on how much money they have. All right, there are no, I believe, fresh questions. So thank you so much for being on here. I do appreciate it. Thank you for all the ratings. There are 10s, there are 9s, there are 11s and 12s out of 10. I got a 2 out of 10. Horrific. I think that was, I don't want to call the person out, Kevin. There was a 2 out of 10 from Kevin. I just decided to call you out there at a second. Or maybe you were talking about something else. But nevertheless, thank you so much. There will be a replay. I do hope Josh recorded. If he didn't, then you're screwed, guys, unless I re-record this. And it should be ready for you as early as today for that. So do watch your email still. This is coming from Rahman. Thank you so much. Josh, any final words, bro, or did you disappear?
Dude, that was amazing.
Yeah. Audience loved it.
Dude, I learned so much, actually.
Josh here taking notes as well. I'm humbled. Josh, I'll meet you here in Bangkok. What, tonight? Tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm flying back tonight. Maybe at like later, maybe 12 a.m.
All right, we'll catch up tomorrow. Yeah, we'll catch up tomorrow. All right, guys, thank you so much. You have been an incredible audience. Josh, the energy here, these guys are freaking crazy. You know how many messages?
Right. It was
amazing. Insane. I love you guys. You know, I'm going to provide more. I'm going to provide more and more value to your audience. Guys, thank you so much. I am forever humbled. It was incredible. I'm taking my leave. Do check your inbox for the replay. Do check your inbox for the link to the application form. It will be there within the next couple hours. Thank you so very much, and goodbye.